All right, we are here today for another wonderful Algebra 1 day. This is a Thursday. Today's outfit of the day, the Oda Tata, is a toga, and I am Edis Maximus today. So, because it's a good thing. Don't forget, if you hadn't done so, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Now, real quick, I got a question. Hey, Snacks, can you help me out real quick? When did the goat realize it had problems reading? When the goat showed up for a toga party. All right. So, yeah, it's okay if you don't get it. It may hit you later. All right. So, writing equations given a graph. Okay. Step one. Now, the order of this doesn't matter. Honestly, if you if you ask Mr. Jeffries, this should be first, this should be second. Okay? That should be first, that should be second, and then we write it in this form. Okay? Now, if we could graph like we did yesterday, we should be able to follow the same pattern and get the equation. Okay? All right. Does everybody have this written down on your paper? Some people are awake. Some people are playing the Switch. Can't wait to put that on an after test assignment. All right. So let's look at some examples. All right. So this right here, this is our B. All right. This is at 1, 2, 3. This is at -3. So we know we're going to have a y, we're going to have an equals, we're going to have something x, and -3. Okay. Now, let's zoom in right quick so we can see. All right. Whoa. I'm bigger than life. Now, as we go from here to here, that means I go over 1, up 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I went over 1, up 3. All right, that was our rise over run. And this means our M is 3. So this goes here. Ta-da! You like the graphs better than having to do actual math? So some people, all right, we actually need both people. We need people that like the visual stuff, and then we need people that can do the other stuff. Well, I haven't used my brain too, but I'd rather be a smart donkey than a dumb donkey. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Shh. Okay, so now you can do this. We can start with a y equals. We got an x. Okay, now we just got to kind of fill in the blank. All right, our y-intercept is here. This is at 1, 2. All right, so that's our b. It's positive, so it gets a plus 2. I go over 1, 2, down 1, 2, 3. All right, so I went over 2, down 3. So it's -3 over 2. Okay. Basically, we're doing what we did yesterday, but backwards. Yes. Do you have to go B first? No. No, you don't have to start with the B first. To me, I just personally, because, you know, with these problems, hey, it's given us the y intercept, and then the next point is how you get there is the slope. That's how I get there. Yes. All right, come back. Come back. Come here. Come here. You get to be a guest. You get to be a guest person today. Yeah, because this is a good question.
Hey guys, my big question was how do you know which point that you're supposed to start with? Because if you do this one, then you'll end up with the wrong answer because then you'll go up 3 and not down 3. So how do you know which point to start with?
That is a very viable question. So give her a hand. Give her a hand. Yeah, I am. As you return to your in-studio audience seat. Now, so if you're confused about which point to start with, okay, I would always start with the B. Okay, look for the y-intercept. It goes up and down. It's kind of like right in your face. And a skill that y'all have as teenagers is pointing out the obvious. Okay, and start there. Because remember, if you remember our rules from yesterday, we always run which direction? Yeah, the top number is up or down. The bottom number of the slope tells us how far to go to the right. Run forward. Well, unless you're moonwalking very fast, then you can do something different. All right. Huh? A jigment? Genuine answer. Okay. No, 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 no. That's fine. I know you weren't joking. I know you weren't joking when you said run forward. It makes sense. Because it's the obvious thing, right? Yeah. All right. Now, this one's odd because this one actually goes against what I just said, didn't it? Yeah. So let's try to make a rule. Shall we? All right. So let's start with the first point to the left and go to the right. Now, some of this stuff is situational. Some of y'all do not like situational stuff. Like if it looks like this, do this. Some of y'all like just tell me what to do and do it, right? All right. So, and what was your question? What was your question? Yeah, we're going. Orange sheets are coming out tomorrow. If you want one, you can get one now. I mean, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to like jump over the desk and full form tackle you like Bobby Boucher. All right. I'm sorry if I was playing football and I heard somebody making that noise coming to me, knowing I was about to get hit like a Mack truck just hit me. I would probably lose control of some of my facilities. Okay, so all right. So start with the first point to the left. All right. So since we read right to left, let's start here. All right. So we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I went up 1, 2. All right. So that means my slope right here is 2 over 5. That gets the x with it. Now, this happens to be our y-intercept. This is our b. All right, which is up 1, 2. So this is plus 2. So now is that a little bit more better? So that was just one. It's not going to be 100% more better. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Are you good writing that rule down now? All right. As I take a pop off the Manly Stanley. So let's look at this right here. Let's start here. Start. All right. To get to this next point, I go over 1 and I go down 3. 1, 2, 3. So I went down 3. So since I went over 1 down 3, my slope is actually negative 3x. If you happen to write negative 3 over 1, do you think I'm going to count off? No, because guess what? Negative 3 and negative 3 over 1 are the same thing, just written differently. It's like having a nickname. All right. What is our y-intercept right here? Well, this is our y-intercept, or B. From the origin, it looks like I went up 1, so plus 1. That's some high quality H2O. Oh, I've already drank the coffee. That's why I seem more chipper than normal. Yeah, we're running on caffeine and lots of caffeine and a little bit of hate. Okay, so, all right. Look, we've only done 4. Not everybody is supposed to be 100% great with by doing 4. I am not that good of a teacher. Okay? You have to keep doing them. All right? Is everybody good with 3 and 4? Anybody need some more time? No. All right. I thought I saw somebody's pencil going up and down, unless they're writing like a hate mail. Yes. No, I do not care. The question was, do I care if they write a whole number as a fraction for the slope? And the answer is no. Though that was covered previously, but that's okay. All right. So let's look at number 5. All right. We know we're going to start with a y equals, okay? All right. The first point on the left, when I'm saying point, I'm trying to give y'all some easy ones to like start off with. So we're going to start here because it's the first one to the left. Also, we only want to look at the points where this little grid meets. None of this little halfway stuff because that's just confusing. All right, so it looks like we go over 1, 2, and we go up 1, 2, 3. All right, now that's what's funny because this is our B. We went up 3, so guess what? 3. We're going to try to do most of them together, but I can't stop you from doing it ahead of time. Okay. Why do all the snarky students sit so close? All right. So let's look at this one. This is our first point. Okay, y equals. Looks like we go over 1, 2, 3. So that goes on the bottom. We go down 1, 2. So we went down 2. All right. This tells us where our y-intercept is since we went down 2 minus 2. All right. Getting a little bit better maybe. Okay. Again, I can't make everybody have all the same 100% warm and fuzzies. Okay. Too small. All right. That's 5 and 6. All right. Now, this one, number 7, is a little bit different than the last few that we've had, correct? Because the first point to the left right here is actually on our y-intercept. Okay, but we can come back to that. Looks like we go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we went up 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you happen to write 4 over 4 or 2 over 2 or whatever over whatever, it's okay. I'm not going to count off because these are the same thing. I don't even care if you put a 1 right here in front of the X. They all mean the same thing. Okay. Now, it looks like our y-intercept is kind of a negative. So because from here we go down 1, 2, and 3. So again, you could write this as all right. There's 3 different ways to write it. I will count all of them correct. Okay. Now, here's our first point here. Looks like I go over 1 up 2. 1, 2. So that's 2 over 1, or you could write 2x. That's fine. Either way. Now, our y-intercept is we went up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Hopefully, as we do this, it gets a little bit better. Okay, a little bit better. We want a little bit. I will take a 0.000005% better each time we do one. As long as there's some type of progression getting better. All right, are we good with 7 and 8? Anybody need more time? No? Silence is deafening. Watch, I'm fixing to scroll down. Somebody's going to go, wait, I need you to go back. All right. 9 and 10. Going by the same rule that we talked about earlier. Starting with our first point on the left. Looks like I go over 1, 2. Whoop, that was 1 too much. 1, 2. Down 1, 2. All right, so that's 2 over 2. This is another one of those that's got many options. We know this reduces down to 1. Oh, it is negative. Well, that's just a whole horse of a different color. Okay, so again, different options. Okay, and it looks like our y-intercept is at 1. Okay, again, 3 different ways you could write this. I'm all going to count them. You just pick which one you like. Okay, go with a number that was 9. Kind of zoom back out a little bit. All right, number 10. Looks like we start here. We go over 1, 2, up 1. So we have another fraction. Remember, 4 out of 5 people have issues with fractions. All right, this y-intercept is going to be a negative because it's, below that little O does not mean 0. It means the origin. You start here. So we go down 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Pollen count's a little high. Ragweed. Yeah. Okay, good luck with that. We're getting emails about it. Yeah, the teacher's in charge of that on top of it. All right. So 9 and 10, we're getting close to being done with the lesson. All right. This is my first point I see. It looks like I go over 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2, 3. So -3 over 3. This is another one of those multiple ones. Okay, either one of those three is fine. All right, now, what is our y-intercept? Yeah, our b is 0 because it's actually right here at the origin. Okay, now, you could, if you want to, if you have to write 0, but you don't have to. You don't have to write 0. Some of y'all are like, this is what I think is funny. The students that always like to do less work always have to write the 0. Very interesting. It's like I could do a case study on teenagers or something. All right, this point, here's our point right here. We go over 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2. So 3, ooh, minus 2. So y equals -2 over 3x. All right, our y-intercept is, so we start here at 0, 0. We go up 1, so plus 1. Believe it or not, the goal is to make this almost, the more we do it, it's kind of boring. Not to the point that, oh, I'm not entertained because I'm not the entertainment director on the Lido deck of the cruise. It becomes so easy for you. It gets boring. All right. I think these are our last. Ooh. All right, my bad. You need me to zoom in, or are you good? Okay. Now, believe it or not, I'm actually going to stop the lesson there. We're going to let them do these two, and we got some other stuff planned for later today. Don't forget, if you're joining us abroad for around the world, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, leave a nice comment. That would be great. Okay, stay farce. Ow, my eyeball. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.